Welcome, I'm Steve Wohlenhaus. This is Anatomy of Success. This week, to be more courageous and become a better leader, do 7 things. Let's get started. Again, I'm Steve Wohlenhaus. This is Anatomy of Success. Here for the first time, welcome. If you've come here before, we're grateful and we appreciate your support. Please subscribe to our podcast here on YouTube. You can find our audio podcast as well. And then head over to weatherology.com. That's my company page. You'll find me under About Us. And at the top of that page, you can connect with us on social media. Now, every week here, we talk about things that pertain to my 4 tenets of equanimity, which is better health, healthy relationships, healthy intimate relationships, and more satisfying work. And we talk about that category a lot because it's relevant. People spend 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week working, and most people are not happy, they're languishing. And when it comes to leadership, that's one of the primary reasons why people are unhappy. So we either start our own business and correct that quickly, or we find a company where leadership's commensurate with what we know we need to have to feel appreciated and stimulated. And that's the topic of this week's conversation. It takes courage to accomplish anything extraordinary, and Martin Seligman identifies courage as one of the key components for developing strength in his positive psychology model. Clinical psychologists believe courage is essential for healing and provides people with the impetus of improving personal competence. A recent physical courage survey suggested that people with courage are brave, self-confident, and more willing to embrace risk. When I think of bravery, I immediately think of our amazing men and women in uniform. I remember watching war documentaries growing up and still love learning about the history of freedom, sacrifice, bravery. Acts of bravery have been linked to increased longevity, and a study in 2012 indicated bravery improved decision-making and assertiveness. There's no question some people have a predilection toward being brave, but elite military forces are trained in the art of being courageous. What can we learn from the remarkable people that preserve our freedom? Well, a sense of duty and honor are at the foundation of bravery, and altruism plays a part in our ability to act more courageously. So here are 7 ways we can become more courageous and lead with more integrity. Confident. Courageous people have learned to manage fear, and they replace trepidation with confidence. Genuine self-confidence is a required attribute to be more courageous. Anyone that hasn't experienced the fear of battle can't comprehend the courage it takes to walk toward enemy fire. Leaders must cultivate self-confidence before they can lead people into their battles. Mastery. Developing skills demands courage and intense training, by the way. Just like the armed forces, great leaders need to prepare for battle in advance. Developing mastery is required to possess the skills required to create anything extraordinary. Great organizations operate with courage and focus on forward momentum. Their leaders are highly skilled because they've done the work required to make sacrifices to be courageous in the face of adversity. Emulate. Great leaders provide guidance by example. They don't ask teams to do anything they wouldn't do, and they model exemplary behavior that's worth emulating. Courageous people inspire us, and they make it easy to trust their judgment. Courageous people inspire us with their commitment to excellence, consistency, reliability, and agility. It's much easier to confront enemy fire, and a brave commander who is leading the charge is easier to follow. Mentally fit. Courageous people are mentally and physically fit. They have trained their mind and their body to endure pain and make supreme sacrifices. They have worked on extracting weakness from their mind and body and developed reflexes that enable them to act decisively. Being courageous takes practice, and it starts by conditioning our mind and our body to be strong. Adapt. People with courageous operate better in the fog of war. They retain clarity and conviction. Even when our impulse is to run, they adapt to unexpected changes and finesse around obstacles with confidence. It takes agility to navigate the tumultuous terrain of business today, and courageous leaders can adapt quickly. Risk. Courageous people aren't afraid to take calculated risks. They understand every battle requires risk, and they appreciate the importance of examining risk and reward. It takes courage to walk away from bad business decisions, risky investments that seem alluring, and relationships that appear ideal but are unhealthy. Courageous people learn to become proficient at taking calculated risks, and they waste no time wondering what if in retrospect. Love. People with courage love with intensity. They refuse to let heartache or betrayal prevent them from loving again, and they lead with compassion and kindness. It's impossible to fight for anything if we don't start with love. We fight for things we love the most: our family, our organizations, and our country. Now, I hope you benefited from this discussion today on leadership. It's relevant because if you're searching for work, we have to find jobs where people exhibit these types of leadership qualities. Otherwise, you'll end up like most people in a bad job, working for somebody you dislike, and then you're moving on to the next job. If you're planning to start a company, of course, you have to have these types of leadership skills to attract the right people and retain those people. Now, if you'd like more and want to be part of a growing community of people that are embracing the things that we teach, there's a ton of valuable information at aos.academy, and we hope you'll join us there and become part of a future generation of leaders that are making measurable impact on the world. I'm Steve Wohlenhaus. This is Anatomy of Success. Thanks for joining us. Until next week, let's stay focused, let's stay positive, and let's stay optimistic.